Hi folks, I'm glad I am still alive. I had made a trip recently to London, the place where I worked from 1968 until 1974. Why I went there was I want to get my pension from the British government, which is pending for the last 47 years, 68, now today is 2025. So once you leave a country, they are supposed to have paid you your money under a treaty, what is called, I don't have the name, I have it somewhere here, under a treaty. But the British government didn't do anything. All that I got with me was 3 British-born daughters who are in top positions at this time. I don't want to go into. When we went to United States on an immigrant visa, because the then Prime Minister Harold Wilson, I believe, he couldn't manage the country, we were forced to leave London. And I went to America, joined a company called Michigan Bell Telephone Company in Detroit, Michigan. At the time, the snow was, you had to clear your driveway and you have to be at work like 8 in the morning. Okay, I worked there, and my immediate boss was very much pleased with my work, although we were all being watched remotely by the company. At that time we had a robot. I'm talking 1974. Robot delivering mail. We had 22 floor, I believe, and it's a technologically high company. But the problem was there was discrimination, all kinds of discrimination based on national origin, color, gender, sex, you name it. To cut the long story short, I was asked by my supervisor, Jack Temple, my background. I told him I had worked for a short time for Air India International, 75 rupees a month, less than $1 a month. Worked there like 3-4 months, and I was hired by an attorney by the name M.A. Sharma, if I remember correctly. He took me to Delhi, the capital of India. I worked for a Marwari company. They don't have chairs and tables as we do. They sit on a what you call mattress. But I was so scared there because monkeys were coming to the apartment I was living, which they had given me. As I was telling you, was totalization agreement. But British government didn't bother to pay me, and when I was working for Michigan Bell, as I said, I ran into all kinds of problems, and which led to one problem led to the other. I was eventually tested for a secretarial position, and I was sent to work for a male boss. He thought I am a woman because he didn't see me. When he saw me, he doesn't want me, he wants young girls, either black or white, as the case may be, for his purpose. But as the central person directed him that he cannot discriminate, I am well qualified, So this guy, his name is David Bartz. I believe he's German, I don't know what his nationality was. He's all dead now. He hired me for 3 days or 4 days, and he said I am not suitable for his purpose. That's the word he used. So I filed a complaint with the EEOC. EEOC finally decided to send me to work for the parent company of Michigan Bell on a 5-year agreement. So I had to work for them minimum 5 years. I was on a management position like others. There were 1,500 people working there in the monopolies division, which was formed to defend an action the U.S. Department of Justice had brought against Michigan Bell and AT&T. To cut the long story short again, AT&T and the Department of Justice mutually agreed to the breakup of these companies, and we were all offered 3 years' salary as a compensation. But not in my case. Again, discrimination based on whatever you want to call it. I was at the time over the age of 40. So there is an age discrimination based on my national origin, color, and a retaliation. I was offered $35,000, which I said I don't want it because I had 4 small children. I had a son born in Detroit, Michigan. That's my 4th son, who is now a doctor, practicing still in Tampa. And when I refused to take the offer, I was told to come for another meeting at the Royal Plaza Hotel by the division manager of Michigan Bell, Richard Stone, who offered me $45,000. I said, sir, I don't want the money, I have the small children. Then he got up and said, in the presence of my wife who was invited to attend the meeting, Mr. David, you are fired. Illegal firing based on national origin, color, age. These are the factors the EEOC should have investigated. But they were all at that time in the payroll of the corporation. They were like for namesake an agency. Things have changed since then because there were a lot of bloody revolution all over, especially in Detroit, Michigan. So that case going on for so many years now. The employer played various fraud. The fraud was one of the attorneys defending the action. His name is Ralph Curtis Dawson. He belongs to he is the chairman of the Democratic Party. He called his newly hired lawyer by the name Tilker, Brian Wayne Tilker to file an affidavit. So Tilker, not realizing, he filed an affidavit saying he saw me signing a release in the presence of the lawyer. You didn't quit the job, you were fired. When I started investigating based on his affidavit, he was born in 1979, and at the time he was only 2 years old, living in New York, and the release was signed by me 800 miles away in Michigan. It's a false affidavit. The law firm, not knowing or knowing this is fraud, they defended. They lost. They lost in the courts. To cut the long story short, The investigation went uh, and I complained to the EEOC. They don't do a damn. They were, as I said, in the payroll of the corporation, and the Department of Justice didn't do anything which they were required under the law to investigate. No investigation. Now, another law firm in Florida, which was run by Peter Wolf Zienaber, he operated from Tampa, I believe. He also filed another false affidavit. Now, you have to understand the situation here. The trial judge was, at the time, John A. Reed. My case was 82-200 ORL CIVR. After I filed my pro se complaint, I hired a lawyer from Chicago by the name Cyriac D. Kaplan, and he filed an amended complaint, and I had demanded a jury trial, and he filed the complaint. Then the judge refused to dismiss the case against AT&T and Michigan Bell. Then they offered Mr. Kaplan a judicial position in Cook County, Chicago, through their buddy system, through the politics, which he declined. Then they offered him some plum cases to handle, which too he declined. They propounded a 1,350 interrogatories, which is overly broad and burdensome. He answered the same. To cut the long story short, he was murdered. We can tie up directly with my case. He was murdered. I took over the case, and I found out later on the trial judge John Reed was meeting the opposite party's counsel, who was his former law clerk. The woman's name is Ansi Conway. She argued at the 11th Circuit 5 minutes. I had 5 minutes. I am the party complaining, so I spoke first. She spoke 5 minutes, and the court said they will rule on the case. Okay? You have to understand the way the gimmicks going on here. Based on the ruling, the court rendered a decision, and the clerk of the court altered the court's order. The case, the judge issued an order after he resigned. The second judge, that's Hodges. Hodges, what he did was, in the meantime, there are a lot of things you have to understand, the intervening things. The question I raised was, the two-judge panel ruled, retired judges, namely Vance and Edmondson. Yeah, Vance and Edmondson ruled. All good possibly disagreed, who was subsequently murdered. And the second judge who succeeded Judge Reed, which is Hodges, he refused to dismiss the case, but based on a timely planted case law, he directed the clerk to dismiss the case without prejudice. But Ronald Brown, the deputy clerk, altered the same and entered a judgment as on the merits. That's the name of the game. And that judgment was affirmed by two retired judges. The legal issue I raised was when there is a conflict between a two retired judge panel who assert they have the right to rule on the case, and the 12 other circuit court of appeals in the nation say on a FRAP 35 motion I filed should be ruled by 3 active judges. So there is a conflict between the 11th Circuit and 12 other Circuit Court of Appeals. Under the rules, under FRAP 35 motion, you can hear the chat with the artificial intelligence. We will show the video.
When you moved from the UK to the USA and were concerned about pensions and contributions, 2 key bilateral agreements between the UK and the US likely apply. 1. US-UK Totalisation Agreement, Social Security, signed February 13, 1984 in London, entered into force January 1st, 1985, with some benefit provisions effective January 1st, 1988. Cite Turn Search 21. Purpose: prevents double social security taxation, dual FICA NI contributions. Allows combining contribution credits from both countries to qualify for benefits. Cite Turn Search 21, Turn Search 4. Details: typically, if you're temporarily working for under 5 years in the US or UK, you stay covered by your home country's social security NI. Your contributions in the US count toward your UK eligibility and vice versa. US-UK Income Tax Treaty, Pensions and Taxation, signed July 24, 2001 in London. Cite Turn Search 5. Main provision for pensions, Article 17, governs taxation of pensions and social security payments. Generally taxes a UK pension only in the UK for residents. Special lump sum provision allows up to 25% of a UK pension to be withdrawn tax-free and exempt in both countries. Cite Turn Search 7, Turn Search 4 time. Other pension income is exempt or gets a foreign tax credit to prevent double taxation. Cite Turn Search 4, Turn Search 7. Summary: which treaty covers what? Concern: agreement covers Social Security for treaty. Social Security NK Totalisation Agreement covers contributions and eligibility for Social Security NI benefits. Income tax on pensions. US-UK Income Tax Treaty 2001 governs taxation and treatment of pen distributions. Why they matter to you. 1. Totalisation Agreement 1984-85 ensures you aren't paying Social Security contributions in both countries simultaneously and allows benefit credits to be combined. 2. Income Tax Treaty 2001 protects you from double income taxation on your UK pension when filing US taxes and allows a one-time tax-free lump sum payout under Article 17. If you're dealing with pensions today, overseas withdrawals or ongoing state pension, these treaties are what apply. For precise guidance, forms, eligibility thresholds, treaty articles, I'd recommend speaking with a tax advisor specialising in US-UK cross-border matters. Want me to outline how to claim treaty benefits on your US return, or reach out to a specialist?
The prevailing party should be based on what the 3-judge panel ruled. So there is a conflict between 11th and the 12 other Circuit Court of Appeals, and that's why I won the case. The clerk of the court was directed. The order of the court reads, my motion for writ was denied with the proviso I pay the fee and submit the petition. That is the last 2 lines of the Supreme Court's order. I submitted 1 bank draft for $300 being the court fee, and that was rejected by first clerk Blalock, young Blalock, citing a previously dismissed case number 15-9100. She didn't know what she was doing. She sent all the 40 sets of brief in 4 boxes back to India. It cost me more than 2 lakhs to prepare, print and send it to, and this woman sent it back to me. I wrote to the Chief Justice. I returned the check and the cover letter. He directed the next clerk to do it, whatever pursuant to the rules. It was handled by Jeffrey Atkins. Jeffrey Atkins, the deputy clerk, he on his own decided, he was acting as if he was the counsel for the defendant. He returned the check saying that under Article 3 of the Constitution you have to do blah blah blah. That is not his job. His job was purely ministerial to carry out the court's order. If the court said accept the fee and then number it, he won't do it. So this is all fraud, big fraud. Vested pension is vested. We are talking not the pension, the ERISA, Employees Retirement Income Security Act, ERISA, and the 401k pension. I'm getting my pension from the US government. That's a different thing. So what I'm saying to you folks is, this game going on, and when I had a consultation, chat with the ChatGPT, instead you file a contempt of court proceedings, which is what I did today, August 4, 2025. And it may have reached those who wanted to read it, because I sent it electronically. I couldn't do it electronically, but I sent an email. We had a problem with the PaySerGov. PaySerGov alleged I used $98.80 I owe them because one of my employees in India started printing a lot of stuff from that, not knowing they're going to bill you. So Payser said you have to pay, and we have a problem paying it. Then I came to know I had some money sitting in the PayPal, which was a mystery. And finally, the court accepted my papers, I believe. We've tried to do it. We tried to send it by postal. So the post is closed today, the whole country, I don't know, or in Kerala possibly. So folks, I want you to listen to what the chat says. I am fighting a pension from 2 damn countries. One, the United Kingdom government, who do not know what they are doing. They have no clue. They will tell you one thing, they will tell you another thing, then he will tell you another thing. I got a big sum of money. Part of the money, no answer what it is for. Is it a final settlement or a one-time settlement? And to me, after reading their old Bible, that you have to get more money. That's why, as I said, I went to England. So I couldn't get it. From there I couldn't even see them, because the system is so screwed up. I couldn't even get out of the hotel. Went to another place and I fell down. I got hurt. I was in the hospital. Thank God I am still alive, back to India. So those who are suffering like I am, I will give you advice. Those who have worked in London, if you don't know, of course, I don't want you to call everybody. You have my email address. If you are denied pension by the UK government, call me, I will assist you. I'm getting good handle. I'm trying to get some lawyers, but lawyers are also afraid of the big corporations, because if they don't get your way, you will disappear. I'm telling you, this was, according to my research, a lot of mafia operation was there. The Secretary of Labor at that time was a member of the mafia. Those who watch C-SPAN know it. He was let go by President Reagan at that time. There were trials in Bronx. So it's a long story, okay? So I want to wish you all the best. I am still alive. I look forward to getting the money from the British government as well as from the American government. I'm sure President Trump should read my articles, my 73 exhibits, because the exhibits will tell step by step how these 52 years, so to say, went by with no remedy. The biggest politicians and the lawyers playing game. One more thing I came to know recently, the Fulbright Jaworski firm merged with a British law firm called Norton Rose. So the marriage between the UK government and the British government, they have created the biggest corporation to defend, and they can do anything they want. There was attempt on my life. I was admitted second time in a Long Island Jewish hospital. It is run by, I believe, a Chinese, and doctor is a Pakistani, Abdullah, I believe. And there I had a horrific accident. They created a situation to kill me. That place had no bathroom to take a shower. You have to share a toilet, one patient this side, and when you are there, another person open there. I don't know, somebody should see that thing. I have asked the department of the departments to investigate. I haven't heard a thing yet, okay? But that will also come up. You got to see the woman, crazy woman came and lifted, pressed a button, I was going like 9 feet up, and left me cry for half an hour. I was getting dizzy. I thought I am going to be killed. That may be my second attempt on my life. So we have another, claim which is not yet filed, and we have a lot of story to tell. I want the world to know what's going on here. If you work for an employer and under the laws, you have to get a pension, UK pension. I have to get it, no doubt about it. I got part of the money, but the other part I have to beg, chase them. I have to put articles. I am just getting recovered a little bit. Okay, I was traveling, oh man, so many thousands of miles, going from one plane. One went to Emirates flight, then I went to Turkish airline, and everywhere, you won't believe it. Thank God I am back here. At least I can sleep well. Okay? And you can watch the video what the chat said, chat TV, chat GPT. Okay. All right. Thank you. I want to wish you all the best. I hope I will get some money, and I want to use it for charitable purposes mainly, and to help the needy people. One more thing I failed to tell you was there are a lot of things. Even the chat GPT said I should make a movie based on who will bell the cat. That is what GPT advised me, who will bell the cat. Because I suffered not only in London, UK, in America, also in India. We got a lot of problems in the consumer courts, property disputes. I am not going to go into, but if anybody interested in any movie producer for a true story, not fictitious story, true story, before I die, we will enter into an agreement. We have written to few, we may have newspapers and media wanting to speak to me. They have my email address. My email address is trdavid2009@gmail.com. Send me a letter with all your proposals, ideas, views, anything. I am always available. I go to bed like 3 or 4 in the morning. Maybe I sleep 4 hours, but still I am alert at this time. Although I am going to 86th birthday, which was a few days ago. Alright, thanks a lot guys, girls, everybody, wish you all the best. I hope there won't be a world war. That's what we are all afraid. Every day we getting different signals from President Trump, which sometimes gives me a lot of encouragement. Sometimes I'm also getting heartbroken. So hope there will be no world war. There is natural calamity all over. In Russia there is a 600-year-old volcano eruption. Okay? So it's all natural, all kinds of problems around the globe. Okay? Okay, I wish you all the best guys. Bye-bye. Thanks.